What's going on, Star Wars fam? I am your bro host, Daniel Miller, and welcome back to Shootin' the Throwdown. I am joined by my two bro hosts, Mike Roker and Tommy Puig. And it's been a while. We've taken a little bit of a break after the Mando. Not much has been dropping up until now, where we have the High Republic that came out. We've got Lucasfilm Games, the whole new, I guess, reformatting of the LucasArts, whatever they're trying to do, but some new games are being announced along with that, and that's exactly what we're here to talk about today. Boys, how you guys been?
Pretty good.
Doing good.
Can't really complain. Everything's good. Just trying to stay healthy out here.
Yeah.
You know,
Yep.
Everybody,
can't complain too much.
who's gotten the vaccine? Tommy, I know you're in the
I have
medical
not
field.
gotten the vaccine.
I
have been
am-
tested recently, but I have not had the vaccine.
I have to schedule it, but I have yet to schedule it. Probably going to be in like 2 weeks.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know when I guess like they're doing it for everybody in like stages, like elderly and people who are at risk, are first in line to get it, healthcare workers and stuff like that. I knew, Tommy, you did healthcare work stuff, so I wasn't sure if you were at the top
Still
there.
am. Still am. The first responders, they get the first batch, basically.
Nice.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Nice.
So they consider me a first responder. So, I got to schedule it and then I'll be front in line.
You know what I'm
Nice,
worried
cool.
about is Julie is getting hers, I guess in like a week. No, Thursday. She's getting hers Thursday, and I saw, maybe it was just some BS Google headline, but I saw it say something about how people who get the vaccine could still transmit the virus to other people. And I don't know if it's because of their, they get the vaccine and it, you get a little bit of the, the antibodies or whatever it is and all that stuff. And I don't know if that's what makes it, but
Yeah, I believe, as far as I know, you could always be a carrier of the virus, not necessarily contract it yourself. Yeah.
yeah, it's a little scary. I'm like, she's going to get the shot,
Yeah.
come home and then cough on me. I'm really like, but yeah. As long as everybody's still doing their due diligence, masking up, trying to stay in as much as possible and whatnot.
Yeah.
Other than that, Lucasfilm Games, guys. Lucasfilm
Dude.
Games.
It's pretty
so
cool
hyped
announcement.
about that. Yeah.
So like they announced it, and they had like a sizzle reel of stuff that was already out. Obviously, in that reel, I did notice that they did have the upscaled Fallen Order stuff, which came out, I think, a couple days after that trailer.
Yeah.
So I got to play that game.
Indiana
But yeah,
Jones.
and then they announced Indiana Jones with the little
By Bethesda
teaser.
of all games.
By
of all
Bethesda.
companies.
Yes. Yes, bro.
Which comes to the, and Bethesda was in the news recently because of the Microsoft acquisition of them and how they work for Microsoft now. And does this make Indiana Jones a Xbox exclusive is the question. Could be huge if this is as big as this could be.
As far as I know, like when I looked that up, because I was curious about that, because they already have existing Bethesda games,
Right? But
like as far as like this point forward, and I think it was the president of Xbox, I forgot his name. He said, "No, we're not going to be making Bethesda games exclusive to Xbox from this point forward. We're not going to do that because Bethesda has a market in all the consoles.
Yeah,
and they want to maintain that,
and they want to make more money.
Yeah, I'm with that.
Make it exclusive, and then you want to bring people to your product, but at the same time, you've already got an established clan of Xbox versus PlayStation. Like, they might as well just let themselves dip into all the console money with Bethesda's, with the way that they have already got an established footing with all these different consoles and great games. Like, dude, keep it rolling. Like,
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But Indiana Jones is big.
Yeah.
And then I believe, I want to say the following week, they announced the open world game done by Ubisoft. Massive, who are the guys from The Division, which is a game I played pretty heavily.
I just finished playing Valhalla, and that game, Valhalla, is awesome.
Right.
So,
So
like,
Massive,
when I
the
got that,
studio
yeah.
I'm talking about, these are the guys that are making it. So under the umbrella
Division. Right.
under the umbrella of
Gotcha.
Ubisoft.
So
I
Which
like
could be
Division.
good, you know.
I like Division.
What
Was
is-
a great game.
Vision was cool.
Massive Division was a massive game.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
now Ubisoft, what are their like
French Canadian team.
I know
believe.
I know Assassin's Creed is one of Ubisoft's biggest titles.
Yes, it's their
Like what
biggest
else are
title.
they like open world wise? What are they responsible? Didn't they do Far Cry?
Yeah, they are Far Cry. They are
Because Far Cry was open world.
the Division. They are Ghost Recon.
Ooh.
They are Ubisoft's big. They're Prince of Persia, whatever they want it to be. I mean, they still have that license.
Oh,
I
they
believe.
did Watch Dogs. I don't know.
They did Watch Dogs as
And
well.
I guess the difference between like Lucasfilm Games and LucasArts is that Lucasfilm Games is basically a centralized platform where they're announcing all of these new like titles that they're working,
Yeah.
you know, because they're working with like EA or they're working
Right,
with
EA
Ubisoft
would
or
have the
Bethesda.
exclusivity for a lot of years. I mean, even when
They did The Crew. I don't know if you guys played that game.
No.
the
racing
racing
game?
game, yeah,
Yeah, that one's actually pretty well done for a
yeah,
game.
the crew's fun. Yeah, Ubisoft, they're big. I mean, they were Rayman back in the day.
Yeah, I mean,
far back. Yeah.
Bethesda getting into the mix really got me excited because everyone, I
Bethesda's
swear I've
great.
not talked to somebody who hasn't said,
Right.
let's do a Star Wars Skyrim like
Sure, and that was a
type
good
of game.
And I was thinking about you when you said that because when they said the open world game, I said, okay, cool. And then they were like KOTOR, right?
Who's
It's
that
like-
is getting involved in that? Did they announce
We
a
don't know.
developer?
I mean, I hope it's Bethesda because if anybody were to tackle the open world one
Well,
outside of Massive doing their own thing, I think it should be Bethesda. I think
Wasn't
they
it
were
BioWare that did
BioWare.
BioWare. Yeah, did
They're
the
the
first
original.
two. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what got Mass Effect.
Right
Mass
there.
Effect because
Yeah, and that's Drew Carpathian
success
all
of,
over that right there. All that
the
writing.
success of especially KOTOR 1. KOTOR 2 was cool, but KOTOR 1 is like
That's
a really,
I mean,
really good game.
hands
That's the best
down.
Star Wars game to me.
Yeah, yeah.
I agree, Tommy. I was just about to say. I feel like
Like
hands
those
down
characters
the
are like
most.
really good.
It's the most immersive Star Wars
Mhm.
game. Story wise, it's like the best.
Right.
Like,
I
I'm
feel
I
like,
remember ship
uh,
names, all that stuff. The Ebon Hawk
for-
was cool.
Yeah, for KOTOR, for me, like when I first played, I was like, because I don't like the whole turn-based RPG style.
Right.
Like, it
I
bugs
Yeah.
can feel you.
But my older brother's like, dude, you got to play it. And I'm like, I don't like that style of play. Like, just play it. Don't play it for the gameplay. Play it for the story. I was like, all right.
Right.
So I played it, and this game has the best storyline or the best plot twist since Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah, it was awesome, man. It
Yeah.
I
was
was like, man,
awesome.
Yeah.
automatically
It was
became my
so
favorite game.
cool.
It's
Yeah.
so funny too, because I give my buddy credit because it's same situation with you, Tommy. My friend kept trying to convince me to play it, and I'm like, I tried once, but I'm just not into that game. I'm a hack and
Right.
slash kind of guy. I want to run through and just like, rah.
Yeah.
Force
You
Unleashed. I
can
was like
kinda
cotton
do it.
candy to me.
Yeah.
But you can't. I mean, it's just like you've got to take your time and be a little more strategic and stuff. And but
Yeah.
still, when I
It is worth it.
got into it with him, like, and I played the game, like me and him, he kind of like helped walk me through a little bit of the beginning because it can be a little confusing. There's a lot
Sure,
to
yeah.
this game,
Right.
and yeah, best damn story.
Dude, the
hands down.
planets were cool. Manan with the trial.
Ah,
One of my most memorable missions like ever. Like on that long trial. That's great.
it was so
I remember
ahead of
when
its
I first,
time.
Korriban
uh,
tombs and Korriban and like Dantooine.
I remember when I first went to Korriban, I was like, because when you read Legends books and all that stuff, you only ever read about it. When you're actually
Yeah.
in the game and actually get to set foot on the planet, it's like
Mhm.
it gives you chills.
Yeah,
I got
it's-
chills.
using Sith vibroblades because lightsabers didn't exist back then, and
Yeah.
Like that game was so
poison
good that
swords and
I
so
spent
cool.
I spent the $10 to put it on my phone. I was like, yeah, this is great.
It's so
I'm loving
the
every second of
characters
this.
were great. Like
Yeah.
the ship was awesome. You could run around the ship. The Ebon Hawk is great.
And I-
HK-47. I mean, come on. We talked
I
about
mean,
him before.
Being able to choose light side situations or dark
Yeah.
side situations,
Mhm.
like that was
Oh,
also
great.
ahead of its time.
That's what sold
like,
the game.
Yeah. It was so
It's like I
cool.
could be a Jedi that like either gets super enlightened or I could be a Jedi that like turns to the dark. And they explain how you can still be trained at such a late age. When you go to like you visit like that one council, they have that one montage, you just getting better. Oh man. So
I just
cool.
I love when you go to the temple and everyone treats you like you're some stranger.
It's like the
and then you
build-up.
find out at the end that they knew you the whole time. And you're like,
Right.
you lying Saxon.
Yeah. And then like the build up of like you getting your lightsaber.
Yeah.
Of
it
like,
was awesome.
You're talking to your friends like you get yours yet. Like you're running around with like these cool vibro blades, but like
it was
when you didn't know which planet to go to first. And you're like, what do I get my lightsaber? It's like, and then you find out like which planet to go to. And you're like, oh, I don't know, dance weed first. And
I
like,
always
right,
had my Wookiee sidekick too, man. Always had my Wookiee sidekick. Loved him.
Karth Onasi. And
yeah.
He never wanted to talk.
Yeah.
yeah.
He never wanted to. Yeah, and that's another thing that was crazy. Like, you always had to talk to your people. Like, there's always something bothering
you had
them
to
or
keep
something.
morale
Like,
up.
God, what's his name? Karth? God, that guy just
Killed his
always
family.
wanted to talk about something at the beginning of the game. I was like, what, dude?
What?
What?
Yeah.
Everyone's got some dark past. It was great. I loved it.
Always never trusted you.
Yeah, exactly.
You spend the entire game trying to gain that dude's trust.
Well, like, everybody's like treating you so suspiciously, and you're like, man, I don't know. I just woke up on this ship that was like getting attacked. Like, what?
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Hope you know who I am yet.
Yeah.
I'm also incredibly strong with the Force, by the way.
Yeah,
but
for some reason. I don't know
for
why.
some reason.
Yeah.
For some reason.
So, do you think this new KOTOR game is going to reestablish the Old Republic, or is it going to build on what we know?
Well, I think.
I've heard
first off, I don't think it's going to be 3. I think they're going to call the game KOTOR, or hey, it could be the High Republic. We don't know. They could go there.
Knights of the High Republic.
Knights of the Hothor.
Hothor. Knights.
Yep, playing that one.
Knights of the
You guys should
High
hire
Republic.
Dan. Just hire Dan. He'll take care of it. There it is.
So what I heard was that it's going to be like not a remake, but it's going to be like an update for the game. Like it's going to be remade completely from ground up. That's one rumor that I heard, which would be awesome. I'd love that. And the other rumor was that it is going to be a remake. They're going to redo it and fit it into canon. But there's
it
going
needs to be a full action RPG though now.
Yeah, I heard that it's going to be basically no change to the story. It's going to be basically the exact same story.
Exactly.
Except canon.
Yeah, because not a lot of the Old Republic really screws with any of what we have now.
Nope.
Yeah,
it's so far ahead of the time.
What they say it was like 500 or 1,000 years before New Hope.
It's 4,000.
4,000.
About 8,000 years.
The only
That's
thing
a
I could
long time.
The only thing I could see
Let
them
me double
doing
check.
is reworking things a little bit to drop Easter eggs in for maybe the High Republic.
Sure,
That's what I could
cool.
see them doing a little bit, like taking exactly what we know of the stories of KOTOR, but maybe just reworking some things a little bit to throw in like future drops for High Republic material.
Right.
That's all.
I just hope
see
I could
them doing.
create an immersive character that gets to have its own voice in the game. That's all I want.
I know. Like I've been feeling like I was like Fallout. Like how
I wanted to feel like it's mine.
Look, and
so it's 4,000 years.
I know
4,000.
Chris isn't here to talk about it, but I know that one of Chris's main like beefs, not his beef, but like I know that he like one of the problems he thought of was like how they're trying to establish this new canon, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this the way that they connect all of these stories and different medias like together. The comic books, the novels, the games, the movies, the TV shows, everything now is so intertwined.
Yeah.
You can still have that where you can have an open world game, decision based and all that stuff. And it's almost like an alternate universe game where it's like you have all of the established canon that works for the game mechanics, that works for a game story. But past the beginning of that game, you're making your own story. You know, it's kind of, like a fanfic at that point where you're using all of the established content, but the decisions you make are your own, you know?
Piggyback off that, would you preferred this to be two separate canons. Like the movie stuff is the movie stuff that's connected to the movie stuff, but this Lucasfilm Games canon is its own canon, and other Star Wars games that come out before or after it are somehow intertwined with it. Or would you just want it to be?
I think what they could do is because in the game that I just finished, Assassin's Creed Valhalla, you can play either as male or female.
Right.
But what's canon to this, or what's the actual story, is the female version of that story.
Yes.
But I chose the male version. But
there's a version where you can choose both at the same time. They're like,
yeah,
something like that too. Okay.
Right.
Something like that.
I mean, they could do
it. You could do both stories. You could. It's just one is actually going to be the actual story.
Right. Like, I mean, they could even have a book about the game they come out that's all, whatever, decision based and whatnot, and have the general story of how it's supposed to go, but you have your version of the story the way you played the game or whatever, like when you play like a GTA or Red Dead or something like that, there's an established story, but there's a lot of stuff that you do in that game that's your own,
Yes.
And that's,
I mean, KOTOR is an actual perfect example because when you play KOTOR, you can be either Sith or Jedi or in the middle, but the actual story is the light side. So
right.
That's the
and there's
canon
still
story in Legends.
Yeah, it's the not a problem, but it's the thing that happened with Fable. It didn't matter.
I loved Fable. When are they going to bring that game back?
When
are they bringing Fable back? Why did you have to say that? Why did you have to say Fable?
Fable is coming back though. They announced that. Yeah, dude. We'll talk about it.
Good.
They announced it. All we saw was a title crawl. I think it was at the Game Awards. It was real quick. It was a very busy night that night. I forgot half of the stuff that got announced. I'd probably be oohing and ahhing too if you were like, and that too. Like, oh yeah?
Yeah. Oh,
it's
man.
like that. Like, oh yeah. Yeah, Fable's coming back.
But you're right about the Fable.
Anyway, yeah, I think Fable 3 was like that, like when it was the two brothers.
Yeah.
And the brother was clearly evil. You were clearly good, but you still did evil stuff. And it was like, you're such a great guy. I'm like, I'm covered in like evil.
Yeah.
Like, all right.
Yeah.
Whatever you say, narrative.
That was
like,
the coolest thing about Fable.
Right.
Like you could do, like you would turn into like this creature or whatever.
Dude, you got so evil, you had like evil footsteps that would like disappear behind you. Oh.
Yeah. Great game. Yeah, I mean, I feel like after their contract with EA was up, they really knew that they needed to start expanding. Like, look, I like Electronic Arts.
Right. Me too. I like Electronic Arts. Well, I like some of the studios that Electronic Arts had under their umbrella. Respawn was good. Respawn is the only one that's left that I like because Apex Legends is a success.
Yeah.
And Titanfall 2 was a success.
Yeah.
But I miss Visceral Games. Those are the guys behind Dead Space. That's gone now.
I've never played Dead Space.
Yeah. They said that part 4 was going to be a woman and a whole, like, Isaac Clarke was going to take a backseat. And because 3 kind of like, it was cool, but you could tell it was supposed to be this co-op game. And then they backpedaled. Classic EA fashion. They got scared. I mean, this is the problem with EA. I mean, look what happened with. I mean, to segue real quick, another EA problem. Look what happened with Battlefield. Battlefield was supposed to have all this cool stuff. All this cool stuff was supposed to come with Battlefield, and they put a woman on the cover. People lost their minds. And EA was like, take her off the cover. Bringing everything like they had like this crazy like they were going to turn like Call of Duty Zombies mode on its head with the trailer that we had, and they were like backpedal. People are upset. EA
drives me insane.
They're sport because they make money off of FIFA. They make money off of like NHL because Madden's done.
Yeah,
but FIFA is the #1 sports game in the world.
Yeah, it's huge.
And the EA's under that. So they were like, we don't, whatever. EA Sports
NHL is pretty big too. The NHL
is the second big now.
They have like leagues, like real leagues.
Oh yeah. Well, Madden 21 officially really crapped the bed. Like
really?
It's like the worst Madden in like.
Yeah.
how can
Since
you get
like-
worse at making
Since like
Madden?
PlayStation era, like
Yeah,
it's
listen.
really bad.
I
It's really, really, really bad.
you can all
Go
agree
watch
with me.
it.
You can
Like,
all
it's
agree
like-
with me. Hit
like, I don't
Stick
even play
Madden was
football
the
games.
best Madden ever. Hit Stick was the best Madden.
Dude, that was a really good year. Hit
That was,
Stick
like, the
and,
best year
and the
ever.
following year, the Truck Stick. Those
Yeah,
2 years
oh
were
my
great.
God, they were the
And then
best.
and then
Maddens I've ever
NHL
had.
used it with the check stick. That whole that year, like I think it was like late 20s, 2020,
Big hits.
late aughts. But I mean,
Nowadays,
if you get a
so.
chance, go watch a review of the new Madden to be like, what is this Dreamcast game? Like you're gonna now, you know what? That's disrespectful to the NFL 2K. NFL 2K on Dreamcast plays better than this year's Madden.
Oof.
So that's
Oof.
not even fair.
How
But
can
anyway.
you get worse? Hey, go ahead.
Anyway, EA makes money off of FIFA, and they didn't really care about a lot of their studios, and like a lot of people's beef was EA. Again, like when Battlefield 2 came out, and we were knee deep in microtransaction city for every video game possible. It was all about loot box, and you giving us real money to get stuff you want quicker.
Yeah.
Or we'll give it to you as a grind that you'll never get.
Yeah. That's what they were saying about
Like,
Battlefront.
here's this grind that, like, hey, you'll love playing this game, but by the time you unlock the Diamond Luke Skywalker, you're done. Your other stuff has come out, and you're playing that.
Oh,
And
yeah.
they know this.
So
And that's why microtransactions exist.
I thought you were talking
Stuff
about
like that.
Battlefield, and
Sorry.
you were actually talking about Battlefront. Yeah, because when the second one came out, you're right. The second one came
Right.
out, and it was like you couldn't like grind to get
Right.
the stuff.
You could grind.
but
it would just take
it was
you.
like impossible.
It'd be impossible.
Someone like
It would be
I remember someone calculated the hours, and they'd be like, "You'd be playing this game for 10 years or something like
Right.
that."
Oh yeah.
It was 100. It was like. No, it was like 100. Well, for one item, I think he said it was like 120 years.
Yeah,
Right.
and
it's unfortunate,
ridiculous.
but
look,
yeah, and they took it out, and Battlefront 2 is fine now. Like it plays fine because
Yeah, but it's a
they
little too
took
late.
that element out of the game.
It's a little too late because a lot of people that left are not coming back.
Yeah,
It's just the way it is. Like I left. Like I stopped playing Battlefront because of that, and I went back maybe once, and I was like, because like I saw all these people that were high level, and I'm just like, I'm way left behind. I'm like, it kind of turned me off the plane. I'm like, I don't want to play anymore.
yeah,
and like it's crazy because it was like one of the most immersive Star Wars experiences I've like experienced since KOTOR. Honestly, like I'm on these planets. There's walkers walking around, like I'm on Hoth, like doing like
Ewoks
important stuff.
me.
yeah.
But like, in order for me to get this Luke Skywalker, hey, you gotta put the work in.
And that's like the
next
biggest thing
20
that
months.
that's the biggest thing that I've noticed about new games is like new skins, like new characters that you can unlocking stuff. Like
Right.
that's
But
like
it's getting tamer now. It's getting tamer now.
yeah.
Because
And like so when you like Squadrons, that was you could, if you're an ace combat kind of player who loves playing those like flying games, like that's for you. That was specifically driven for a certain type of gamer.
I have a friend who loves it.
And
He
that
puts
was
it on
not me.
Yeah. He has a flight stick and he's like, this is incredible.
Yeah, and I'm like
He
sitting
uses
here
the
and
whole
like
setup. I'm like, all right.
I'm like, my controller don't move.
Yeah.
With the
He's all about it. I'm like, dope.
And Fallen Order, like it's a great game. Don't get me wrong. Like it's the mechanics are smooth, the fighting is great, but once I finish the story, going through it again to do better it's like one thing. You know, some people love doing that, but I don't know.
Something to pull you back in.
I'm waiting for that game where I can run around and
DLC.
collect like
You're waiting for
holocrons
something to pull you
or
back in.
Oh, yeah.
kyber crystals and stuff
Right.
like that. You know, I could build.
Again, why KOTOR was special. There's a light
Yeah.
side ending, there's a dark side ending. You got to see both.
Yeah.
So
And like
the
you knew
rumors that
halfway through you're playing and that you have another playthrough in you.
so the rumors
know?
that I heard about the Ubisoft open world Star Wars game, like
Yes. Bring
there's
it.
really not much. I mean, because rumors are rumors. Like there's really nothing
Right.
solid to go off of, but the rumors are interesting.
Wait.
We got
That's everybody. If you are listening
This
to
is my
this,
life now.
if you're listening to this, Chris Ryans has just entered wearing his Oculus headset. I don't know if he knows where he is or if he actually knew that he signed into the Zoom. What's he? Is he reaching for something? Is he at Doc Ondar's shop? Chris?
This is amazing.
Am I like right next to you?
We were just getting into his favorite subject, rumors.
He appears. As soon as you say the R word, rumors. I'll kill them.
Awesome.
Yes, we're real. We are
we're here.
people.
Hello? I don't think
He cannot discern between reality
what's
and
happening.
virtual reality.
What's happening? He's connecting to audio, and he's connected. There he is.
Hey, bud.
Welcome
Chris.
back to the world.
What's your, yeah.
He's out of
Uncanny
the
Valley,
Oasis.
huh?
He's out of the Oasis now.
He's like, you guys aren't a Star Wars. You're supposed to be droids around here. I thought they were droids. It's just my room.
He's unsatisfied with reality.
Yep. He said 1 second. So, Tommy, the rumors.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah.
You haven't tried talking yet. You haven't tried talking.
Wow.
Try talking.
Can't hear you.
Oh. Hey, that's a thing.
Yeah, we can hear you,
Get
though.
it going.
That's a thing.
Get it going.
Um,
So, yeah.
So,
So, what were you saying, Tommy?
yeah, rumors.
About the massive one?
Oh yeah, rumors. So I was reading. I went down this rabbit hole on Reddit, and
It's good. It's always good to have.
there's so many rumors. I'm just like, I don't know. Like,
Mhm.
obviously, I can't believe any of them, but the rumors themselves are interesting. So there's one where it's obviously it's open world. You are a smuggler, and you are looking for jobs, and you become entwined with. I guess it's going to be a High Republic setting. So you become part of like these smugglers trying to smuggle like these goods between planets because the hyperspace lanes are still in lockdown, and you go on this adventure, and and you eventually encounter the Nile and whatever, which would be pretty cool.
The Nihil. I would love to see that happen. Chris, can you hear us? He can hear us. He's shaking his head. Yeah.
Well, from my experience with Massive, they've I believe, only worked on Division and Division 2.
Right.
So if they're going to stay in their element, it's probably going to be a shooter of some sort because there wasn't a lot of melee action going on in the Division. So
yeah.
I mean, you could be a smuggler. You could be.
Do you think it's going to be third person or first person perspective?
I think it's going to be third person.
Yes.
If it's what these guys are it's going to. I see it being an open world cover shooter of some sort.
Yeah, I don't like
the Division is.
If it's going to be open world, I would rather it not be first person. I like third person.
Or like I said earlier, just pull a Deus Ex and like have it be first person, but all your actions are in third person, and all your cutscenes are in third person. So it's like when you take cover, you'll be like third person cover, and then when you go in to shoot, you'll be in first person.
That's what I'm saying.
So,
so the rumors are like they continue further. Like it says like you can build your own crew, and
Division style,
Division style. So
they're going to make it co-op. That's what these guys are known for.
Yeah,
like
it's going to be
that's exactly
MMO.
what I was waiting for them to make it co-op.
It's going to be MMO, and it's going to be you build your own crew, max of 70 people.
There will definitely be a leveling and XP type of system.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
You can build up your ship from scratch, and improve it with parts that you come across from different missions.
That's awesome.
Build your own gear, build your own weapons.
Building stuff is great, and if you get to collect stuff to build those things, that's even cooler.
From what I've noticed again from the Division, they have recalibration stations and crafting and re-rolling of weapons, and it sounds like it's going to be inside their wheelhouse for sure.
In-game trading system, which should be awesome.
Trading system, you can grab stuff. Division had that. It was like, I already have this gun from this boss.
So that's one rumor
for you.
I mean, that rumor alone was like, that's fantastic. If that's actually
that was that, Tommy. That was the kicker. It was that rumor right there.
Yeah, that rumor.
Whatever you guys are talking about, I don't even know what's.
So, Chris, to bring Chris up to speed, we're talking about Chris, Lucasfilm Games, that announcement. but specifically right now,
the Ubisoft open world game.
Yep.
Yeah, the massive open world.
Because I mean, that for sure is coming out. That's a fact.
We know about that.
Star Wars
That's,
right.
That's
so
we don't know the
so
details
many,
yet.
I don't know, like, what you guys have talked about so far, but, seeing that they made the announcement that everything is canon going forward since 2015 or 2012, I don't know how much customization or whatnot you can have in this. Like, is it open world, but it's going to be a set character? Or what? That's
Division, you made a character, so I don't know.
You can make it custom.
It could be like a class system because Division had classes.
No, but I'm saying, like, if this happens, if whatever's going down is happening in that, in this universe,
right?
How would that open world game work if everyone's playing like a different character? That's the only thing. Like, I'm not saying I don't want it. I very much do.
Right.
But like, how would they make this work?
Yeah, that's interesting.
Like, it would have to be a set character or something.
Yeah.
Or someplace so, like, far away from everything else where it wouldn't even matter what's going on in the greater scheme of the galaxy.
So the other rumor that I read, which, I mean, I read a lot of rumors, but there's only two that stood out. The one I told you, and the second one, which is, that they're coming out with the KOTOR, right, the Old Republic game. So the other one is the open world game will be the Old Republic. So instead of it being like a remake of the old KOTOR game, it's going to be, fit into canon. And it says that instead of being Revan in the game, instead you're going to be, you can either choose to be a Jedi Padawan or a Sith Acolyte or Smuggler. Or it's basically going to be like SWTOR, but like open world and Ubisoft, and it's going to be cross-platform. So, but it's going to be a canon story.
Yeah, see, like,
I also like that.
To go back on what Chris was saying, like, when you play like Fallout 4, right? You have like a storyline that there is a beginning and there's an end, but everything in between is like pretty much all up to you, how you do the missions, all that stuff. But you are only one specific character. I mean, it's all possible. I feel like it's just that they can easily do a story as long as there is some sort of beginning and like absolute beginning and absolute ending.
Yeah.
But having all of those decisions between the game that you make yourself, that's just kind of, you know what I mean? It's just left open for interpretation. They could write a book on how, like we were talking about earlier, they could write a book about the game and how really the story goes, but
sure.
Really it's just kind of your own universe at that point in the meat of the storyline. Like, you don't have to do everything. You could do light side decisions, dark side decisions, but there is a definite ending. That like the story gets. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
I don't know. That's what I would hope they could do.
I know, Mike, you played Division, right?
Yes.
Have you played it, Dan?
No.
Chris?
I've done Division in high school.
That's not what I meant. That's not what I meant. The Division, it's a game now.
Hurt my soul.
Anyway, I feel like...
Sorry.
Hey,
Tommy.
Yeah.
Nice shirt.
I didn't even realize what I was
wearing. I love it. Love it. Even though I feel so bad for Deuce.
I like how you came in and you were already insulted upon seeing my presence.
Go look at that son of a bitch.
I feel like I think Division 2 is free right now, right? I think.
Yeah.
I gotta check it out.
Check it out.
It's fun.
Now,
it's
take
fun.
The whole mechanic system and how they did everything there and apply it to a much larger scale Star Wars game.
Right.
Now,
do you think that's like the skeleton that they're going to work upon would be this?
I mean, that's all these guys are known for so far.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're going to go outside of their wheelhouse. They only did Division 1 and 2. It's a French-Canadian team. They're very responsive to the community. They would have these Twitch events where they would like break down the season of what the game was going to be.
Is Division open world?
It's
to an extent, yes.
To an extent, yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of like
the first game was New York in sections, and the second game is DC in sections.
It's kind of open world to the extent where like you have a beginning section of the map that's your level, Now, as you level up, you get to go into other areas without getting killed right away.
Right, pretty much, yeah.
Okay, all right. So I mean that's kind of like even how, like Cyberpunk, it's like different parts of the map are
Sure. But
are
Bethesda's
like
a little
higher
different
level,
because
but you can't like actually
it's
get
super
into those areas.
multiplayer and like heavy. You can play by yourself, but it's like recommended to play with people. And
Mhm.
Yeah. I play by myself,
there's
but
roaming bosses in the open world that you can fight. They'll drop loot, things like that. There's raids you can do with your friends, and
so it's kind of cool because like in this open world, because there's other players, roaming around. Now there's
Yeah.
areas where it's PVE, and there's also
areas where
that
it's
are
PvP. Yeah, the PvP is called
yeah.
the PvP is called the Dark Zone, and where it's like
You get
the most
gear.
contaminated part. It's part of the storyline, but it's this highly contaminated area, and it's like free for all, pretty much. But
you
like
just get popped in the back of the head.
Well, you come across people,
Mhm.
and if they shoot you, they go rogue, and
Yeah.
the people in the area get notified that that person's going rogue.
Yeah.
And because there's
fun.
loot you can get inside the Dark Zone that's contaminated that you have to extract into the real world and have it be decontaminated. And they can take your loot, they can kill you and take all your stuff. It's pretty crazy, but you don't have to go in there.
Yeah, that's optional. It's
optional. But
yeah.
But like
I'm
some
gonna
of the
try
best
this out.
gear,
Yeah.
some of the best
PvE
gear in the
area,
games in there. Yeah.
in the PvE area, like there's bosses and stuff, but since there's other
Mhm.
players running around, usually what I would do when I play by myself, I just wait for someone to come in the area where the boss is. Once they jump in, I'll jump in with them and get some XP.
Yeah.
So this is definitely like a game that could possibly be geared to having partners, like actually having a team, like multiplayer.
Yeah.
And that's what I was thinking, some sort of like Mandalorian Commando type of situation.
You know, like 1313.
That'd be dope. Yeah.
Maybe, or something like that. Even though I still think 1313 is Jedi Order, but they took
I
pieces
heard
of that.
with
Was like, here's a
1313,
lightsaber.
what the concepts that they took from 1313, they took all of that and they applied it to the Mandalorian, as far as I was aware.
Oh yeah, it's probably,
So,
probably right with
yeah.
it.
I mean,
But yeah, I see like some sort of like, because Division is very like, private military-esque type of situation, like assault rifles, like, gas masks, all that type of like gear. It's all gear like oriented.
Oh, the
So
way
it's
you
like,
can
so
customize your
pieces
stuff
of
is
armor
awesome.
is important. So
Yeah.
when I think of armor, I think people like, a trooper or a commando or a mercenary or something, or all the above. I mean, you can be probably any of those and just work together to
like
shoot
you could do
pew-pews at people.
like a Clone Wars era game.
You do a Clone Wars area, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the only way I see it, honestly, outside of them making something brand new. It's like something like that, like sort of like a Bad Batch
But
situation.
it's going to be a larger scale, obviously, because with the newer systems, like the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X, they have a lot more options as far as like how large they can make this whole thing. So I think I was reading somewhere that Ubisoft is looking into a server, like an online server for MMOs that's larger than the Divisions.
Need it.
There you go.
So
Here it is.
That first week's gonna be hell.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They don't have enough server power to launch a Star Wars game.
Because you got to support the players, and then you got to support the actual the power of the game itself, like the graphics engine. The
and honestly, when the first two Division games came out, their first weeks were pretty rough.
Yeah, they're kind of trash.
Yeah, that's
getting disconnected.
Ouch.
Yeah, a lot of drops. But I have a question. What outside of what we know, what do you guys outside of KOTOR, like, what do you want to see? If you can, like,
I feel like High Republic, there's so many possibilities with it.
Right.
Like, I want to, because we read Light of the Jedi and Test of Courage and then the comic, and I think that's it for High Republic content so far.
Yeah.
Now you can make an entire game around that area, and you can do a lot with it, or even beyond it.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think Nihil would make great like video game end bosses or something like that.
Yeah.
Or whatever else is coming. What is it? I don't want to say Grendel. Was it that plant monster?
That plant
thing?
one, yeah.
Yeah.
I
keep forgetting the name of it.
They would make the Nihil would make good like sub bosses up to the main boss. You know what I mean? Like you have like the main Nihil guy, but there's always so many of them, different ships, different clouds or whatever, storms and whatnot. That like throughout a game fighting, you know, being in the High Republic game, like you could fight like this Nihil boss. You go,
Yeah.
There's so
Imagine
many
being
different,
recruited to
right?
be a Nihil. That'd be dope.
Yeah. Oh my God, that'd be cool too.
I love
Ladies. That would
get
be kind of
smashed.
cool. Yeah.
I want a Terrace Kasi too, but actually done by like a real
Like
fighting game
company.
studio. Yeah,
Yeah.
I said it before when they were guest stars in a game. I still want Soul Calibur team to make a Star Wars fighting game. It
So
needs to happen.
Yeah, I would love that. Have all sorts of characters.
The
in it.
engine, you could put like 40 people in that game.
Or even like
No.
a Super Smash Brothers Melee version.
That'd be cute, but I want like a straight up fighting game that could be like on the stage of Evo. Like,
You can imagine little baby Grogu just whooping people.
Yeah, he was a little pod poking you.
he'd be an unlockable character. He had to be
Right.
unlockable.
Throwing that little ball. So I'm like,
Yeah. He's the smallest. He's the hardest hit because he's so small.
I was always thinking maybe like
it's like Odd Job.
Rockstar.
He's Odd Job. He's the Odd Job. Bro. He's Surfbot from Marvel Capcom 2.
I was thinking-
fighting that dude.
Like if Rockstar would have got a hold of like a Star Wars.
Dude, Trevor in space. Yes.
I was reading a
Just
story.
show.
I was reading an article about how like they're thinking of coming up with a
you
new
want-
IP.
You want tuberculosis in
Rockstar?
space?
Yeah.
I think it's time.
Like
Lamar.
they've got the Western, they've got the GTA, you know,
Mhm.
the modern America kind of thing going. Like maybe they need to do something a little, come up with something different, a little sci-fi action or something.
That'd be
See what they
fun.
could do with
Yeah,
that.
that'd be dope.
But
I'm down for that.
have Lamar in space, roasting everybody.
Roasting everybody.
Did you see that Obi-Wan Kenobi and Anakin thing?
Yeah, I've watched every possible one.
That was so good. Oh man, and I've said it wasn't, and I'll say it 1,000 times. Bethesda, I need them to
Yeah,
get a hold of
see?
Star Wars. I need
Yeah,
them.
once
Hey, we
Star
kind of
Wars
saw what
Skyrim.
they can do already with Outer Worlds.
Yep.
That game is
Love that
awesome.
game.
Yeah,
Love that game.
Awesome.
Star
exactly.
Worlds
Or BioWare. BioWare, maybe.
or BioWare. You know,
I mean, they still got.
No.
They got School Tour.
No Bioware. Let them work on Mass Effect. Let them work on Dragon Age.
or Dragon Age. Yeah.
Let them
like,
work on those
Don't
two. I don't
F
want them to
that up.
I don't want them to divert their attention to anything else. They got that. Tons of other companies can handle Star Wars. I need my Dragon Age and my Mass Effect.
I wonder if Drew is going to help work on this newest Mass Effect. He didn't on the last one.
He I think there's some tweets where he says like, "Oh, I can't say anything further," but, and then he'll say like, "But I mean, it's up to them. It's up to them." But the fact that he's saying I can't say anything further
Means it
is
sounds like he's working on stuff with
he's
these under
working on
embargo.
something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That NDA.
Yeah, that's what I need. That Mass Effect game will be.
Yes.
I mean, I would buy it anyway, but whatever. Why'd you have to say Mass Effect? I'm sorry.
All right.
I'm sorry.
Let's do-
He's not sorry. He's not.
Can we?
I'm
Can we,
sorry, I'm sorry.
Can we switch gears just for a second?
Yeah.
And I don't know if you guys have even talked about it yet, but it's been a little bit since we did our Cyberpunk episode.
Oh yeah.
Oh
So
yeah.
I know a couple of us have moved on, but a couple of us we're just living in Night City. I'm on my 4th playthrough.
It's a thing.
There's so many ways it's like Mass Effect. Mass Effect. There's so many ways. There's so many ways it could go. All these things, so all these different the way you handle this, who you're gonna have a relationship with. I'm trying to have a relationship right now with my female V. V. Wade Rivers, you know what I'm talking about?
Or, yeah.
Yeah.
The detective.
That's
The
good.
detective.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
It's worth
because
it.
I'm doing that mission again. I love that mission.
Yeah.
With it.
I banged River. It was good. Yeah, he was good.
He said-
it was a good scene.
He's good.
He was good. It's a good guy. It's a good guy. Jump his bones. It's cool. You know, I tried to as a dude, and he was like, "No," and I was like, I just jumped off the water tower, like, "No." I was like,
Wait.
I'm sorry."
Wait, he tried to get you, or
No,
you?
I
You
tried to,
and he turned you down because he was
as a man. Yeah,
he was about it on with my male V.
really.
And I was like,
didn't
well,
you.
I'm with Panam right now.
Oh, because I
so-
tried with him as a dude, and he was like, "No,"
He's like, no.
and then I jumped off the ledge.
I was like,
I was like, "Well, if you don't want me, I don't want myself." We're the seppuku right in front of him. He was like, "Your guts are out,
some
dude."
guilt trip shit right there.
I finally finished Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
Have you finished Cyberpunk yet?
Look at that game.
hey Dan.
Yeah.
Did you beat Super Mario Brothers 2 yet?
Yeah.
It was all a dream.
It was.
Spoilers.
Did you know that game
you
wasn't
don't
actually
talk
meant
about
to
the
be a
past.
Mario game?
Yes.
But yeah, it was the Arthur's last ride.
Arthur.
I was tearing up. The
You
music.
gotta stick to the plan.
Sick to the
You gotta stick to the plan, Arthur.
We're going
Get it.
to Tahiti.
We're going to make a lot of money.
We're going to make a lot of money.
We gotta make a lot of
Gonna get
noise.
Gonna make a lot of noise.
The old Driscolls.
I like seeing him swing.
I'm going to go to was hanging.
How you doing, Miss Tilly?
Miss Grimshaw.
Miss Grimshaw.
Miss Grimshaw.
All right. Girl.
Yeah, when
I gotta give
What
him
a great
credit.
video
you know,
game.
for that new game. Like that dude has the most Western voice I've ever heard.
Sure.
of any
And that
concept
dude is
ever.
Irish. Like
Yep.
he is like Ireland Irish.
Yeah.
Yeah, he nailed that.
Yeah.
This
Western
game
vibe
is
so
awesome.
yeah, so good. And like I haven't finished Marston's like stuff yet, but I mean, I feel like that's just like, you know,
No, you got
A
to
little
It's
play
a
bit
it.
nice
of-
little, you got to do it, but there's a
gotta play
little
it.
nice.
yeah.
How far are you into the Marston stuff?
He's at the ranch right now that he got hired. He's hired at the ranch.
Okay.
You know? And I'm
Okay.
there right now. I'm doing a couple,
Oh, yeah.
you know, jobs as the
Are
ranch
you,
hand.
Are you, where do you
Build
where
the
do you
house
look
and all
like?
that.
You got
What?
the house?
We're in a little shack in the ranch.
Okay.
Oh yeah, you gotta
Yeah.
keep going. 'Cause there's a
Yeah, you
satisfying
keep on
end.
playing.
All right,
There's a
good.
satisfying end. Yeah.
I take breaks.
You
Like
keep
I
on,
play,
you
I
keep on.
play
He
like this.
takes breaks.
I play this game for like a couple of weeks, and then I take a break for a year. And
Yeah. Yeah.
I took a break from Cyberpunk. I'll get back on that in a few months.
Did you beat it?
No, I haven't been Cyberpunk yet. I'm not there.
Get out of
Imagine
it. Get out.
He just doesn't beat
FFS,
games.
Dan.
I know, Chris. I know.
Wait, no. Like for real?
No, I haven't beaten
How did
it
you
yet.
just stop playing that game on your first playthrough?
What is your problem?
Because
I
I
beat it.
have
What
to
is
take
your
a break.
secret?
I get saturated. I feel
You
like
get-
I
wait,
don't want to lose
what
interest.
word did you just use for no reason? So you get saturated?
This is-
I get all saturated today, and I have to leave. You don't put that word there, Dan. That's not where that word goes.
I don't know what's happening.
I got all
So- so you-
saturated.
So you've only
FYI
used
to the audience.
I got
No
wet.
one's saturating
You-
anything here.
What?
So you've only done like one. You've only done like one of the origins.
Where
you haven't
are
even,
you?
You haven't
in the
even
game?
done like Nomad or Corporal yet, have you?
I am Nomad. I haven't done.
Nomad?
I haven't been the Street Kid or Corpo yet.
That's fine.
Get it together.
But where are you at in the game right now?
I'm
Get it
pretty.
together.
I think I'm far.
You think you're far. You don't even know where you're at.
I don't
in
know
the game.
exactly. It's been a minute. I got to put the game on, guys. Like,
You
it's,
have to put the game on?
No, he's like.
I
where you
already
at?
ended my
No,
romance
Mike,
with Pan
Mike.
Am. I'm past Pan Am
Oh.
romance. Right now,
Okay.
I've been messing with Judy, trying to figure out her thing, but I think I'm done because like we just found that girl dead. That one chick dead. Spoilers.
Evelyn.
Evelyn's dead.
A
She
lot
died.
more to
She-
go.
Evelyn Parker.
Thank you, Christopher. She has a
Dunzo.
name. You say it.
She's
She
dead.
has a name. All
Dead
right.
as hell. Dead as
No
hell.
matter what Johnny Silverhand says about her, she has a name. She's not just a.
Forget her.
Ah, I know. She said
We got better at other things too.
she's dead.
Come
now.
on, V, let's go. We've got other
Let's
things to
go.
do.
Look how cool I
Come
look
on,
as a
V.
digital ghost.
Come on.
Come on, V.
Isn't that crazy?
Come on, V.
Whoa.
Oh,
Come on, V.
I'm gonna smoke this cigarette.
When was the last time?
All the cigarettes. Who's lighting these? I'm not even here.
Whoa. But yeah, I'm don't worry. I'm gonna get back on it. It's just Fallout just came out with a new update, so I wanted to check that out.
I mean,
Get out.
Stop
update.
I'm playing this same game over and over again for years on end.
Yeah, I know,
I am
Chris.
going to come after you.
I know, Chris. It's crazy to play the same game over and over again. I
Oh, but
think it's insanity.
Is the kettle on? Kettle just called the pot black. But seriously, just get off of Fallout for a minute.
Yeah.
I know. I
Calm
try, but it's hard.
Once I beat Cyberpunk, I switched to Valhalla, and I've been grinding on that a lot. That game's awesome, by the way.
Yeah, I didn't get it. I heard it's.
Have you guys played
The
any of the
resurgence.
Assassin's Creed games?
Yes, I stopped at 3 because it made
I
me
stopped
mad.
at 1.
I think Ezio is like one of the greatest characters ever. So
Still
I think
the
I should
best.
play 2.
Ezio Auditore. Yeah.
Bro,
Brotherhood is like amazing. So like,
I bought the first Assassin's Creed and Mass Effect on the same day.
Oh, okay. There we go.
Mistake.
and look at the man we know now.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what you do, though?
The Assassin's Creed game is still packaged. It's you never
I
even
think he wears
opened
a hood and he stabs people. I don't know.
You know what you can do to get caught up because the story is
Get
actually
hidden
pretty
knives.
good.
There's a bunch
watch
of
it
them.
on
And there's a
YouTube.
guy.
Yeah, that's
there's
what I'm
a,
gonna do.
he lays down in a medical bed and goes to the future. I don't know. Shepherd.
There's like a
Shepherd.
46-minute video that kind of gets you up to date up to the point of Valhalla.
Really?
Oh.
Okay.
Huh.
Okay.
I thought you were talking about Mass
Oh,
Effect.
yo,
I'm like,
speaking
yes,
of which,
it is.
I've been watching other videos on Cyberpunk, like the lore of and all that stuff, because I never played the tabletop game. This world is so
It's in depth.
dense,
Yeah.
Super in depth.
so dense. Like, I bought this game just strictly off of Mike and a couple other people, just like, oh, I can't wait to get this game. It's going to be dope, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, all right, okay, let me get this game. Let me get it.
Yeah, it was because all of us were
I didn't
nerding out
watch-
of.
I didn't watch not one trailer.
Yeah, he didn't watch the drop.
I saw no gameplay. I didn't know what was what. I just dropped in it dumb. And like Dan, I was like, I'm gonna start my game over because
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know
Yeah, I was like, I don't know.
what's going on.
I need to start this. I don't know what happened. What did I do? Yeah, it's a great game. It's incredibly immersive. I just me with those kind of
Can't wait
games,
for the
like I
online.
don't want to like run through it, and I'm always afraid if I do and beat it right away, I'm not going to be interested in it like anymore.
Listen, man, I don't care about your
There's-
trauma. Beat the game. Okay? Oh no, I beat Sonic 2 too fast as a kid, and now I'm afraid to beat video games. I'm dead. Beat the game, dog.
I'm Dan.
Trying to have a follow-up podcast to talk about the ending and stuff.
I know.
And you over here talking, well,
Hey,
I beat
remember when we tried to do
Spoilers!
Jedi Fallen?
Spoilers.
Remember when we tried to do Jedi Fallen Order?
Yeah,
It was like 3 podcasts in a row. We couldn't do any.
And,
Yeah.
I haven't
beaten it yet.
I just beat the Vector Man for the Genesis. And
By the 4th podcast, me and Chris were like, you know what? We're just gonna talk.
Yeah, we're just gonna talk about it. You're screwed.
I don't
We're
care.
gonna ruin the whole game for you.
It's
he'll
fine.
forget. He'll forget tomorrow. He's
Yeah, like,
he's
I'll
playing
text you guys.
Fallout right now.
I'll be like, guys, can you believe it?
Like,
Oh,
yeah.
and then by
And
like
we
the
said
6th
that on recording. Like we
by the
you can
6th
watch it.
podcast, we moved on, and he's like,
Yeah.
"Hey, I finished the game. I want to talk about it." I'm like, "We're
Yeah.
talking about something else."
Patch 5 comes out. I get it.
Moved on.
I get a message from Dan. He's like, man, did you remember the endings of this game?
Yeah, right.
That's
DLCs
on a
later.
message. That's on a message. Hey, man.
2 DLCs later. Campaign done.
I sound like
Now
I've got
what's next?
like
There's
I've
2
got
more.
Grievous?
something in my throat. Yeah, it's like Grievous.
Yeah, Grievous, yes.
Did you know that Luke Skywalker is the son of Darth Vader?
All right, guys, that's enough making fun of me.
That is crazy.
Anyway,
I like Star Wars, but come on.
to end this wonderful podcast with not making fun of me. Any last thoughts about Lucasfilm Games? What we want to see in the
All my
future?
thoughts are about you right now.
Oh, come on.
I still want a I got an idea for a racing game that I would love to see. I think Mike, I've told you about it.
Yeah.
What,
That
pod
I
racing?
would love to see done. Pod racing.
Yeah, we need to do that
yeah.
again, actually.
Like across the galaxy, not just on Tatooine or anything like that.
Yeah, and you can
fun.
modify your pod.
Yeah,
Mario
like
Kart.
in between, make it in the Mando era or just in between 6 and 7.
They
Something.
could play like F-Zero or like Wipeout or something.
And you got some like missions like. You could upgrade with like a hyperfuel of coaxium.
Yeah,
Something.
because like you could do it kind of like what's that game? There was like Most Wanted, the
Need for Speed.
Need for Speed.
Hmm.
Yeah.
That game was for the Xbox, and I beat that yesterday.
I just beat it yesterday.
It was 12 Need for Speeds ago, Dan.
Hold on. Did you guys know that there is a second
I hate you.
Fighter game?
I hate you.
Yeah.
I hate all
This
you.
M. Bison dude is crazy.
He won't go away. It's just
I like Baraka. Wait, that's from Mortal Kombat, isn't it?
yeah, geezer. I like Baraka.
All right, well,
Blanca.
we should
You're
end it
not
right there.
Blanca. Boy,
Got it for the X Cube station.
I got crapped on.
The Playboy Station 64.
I gotta start finishing games, or else this is gonna happen to me every
Yes, you
damn
do, especially
podcast.
to be around.
I'm serious.
You think I'm finished? I ain't even done.
Well, thanks
Put
you,
in a
everybody.
rotisserie.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us for another episode of Shootin' the Poo-Doo.
Woo!
We shot it down.
Mike, would you like to let everybody know about your Twitch channel and YouTube?
The Twitch channel that I've not been on for weeks because I am a lazy dote is twitch.tv/Roguezilla. You can also look of clips of my stuff on the youtube.com/Roguezilla.
And don't you do
You're my friend.
don't you do a wrestling podcast too? You want to plug that?
Soon, Dan.
Oh, okay.
It's very soon.
Coming soon.
But yes, coming soon. There
Coming
will be a wrestling podcast on the Bro Axiom Network.
What's it called?
It's called Rolling DDT, brother.
Hey.
Nice.
And it's going to be pretty cool. And stay tuned for that. I get the host one now.
Hey, Dan,
What?
don't do the Randy Savage.
I didn't do it. That was not me.
That was me.
That was
that?
Tommy.
That's
Was that you, Tommy?
That was
Yeah.
Tommy.
Yeah.
I'm just the guy to crap on.
He did like a little shimmy dance too. You missed all of it.
I missed it.
Oh, you missed all of
What the
it.
hell was I doing?
Pomp and Circumstance is playing right now. You know.
Tommy, where can everybody find you, bud?
DJ Ewok 61. DJ Wicked.
You can find me on Facebook and Instagram, Star Wars Savage. And I am getting back into Call of Duty heavy now. Psycho Shinobi on Xbox.
Ultimate
Shinobi.
The
Such good
ultimate
videos.
Shinobi.
The ultimate Shinobi.
He knifes the heck out of everybody.
Oh, yeah, I'm
Chris,
getting back into that.
Drop weapons.
where can everybody find you?
Unfortunately, you can find me on Twitter.
Just like that.
It's rough. It's rough there.
Not me.
It's really
I'm still
rough.
banned.
It's
Go
rough.
down to Twitter. Shake my hand. Just
I
like
s-
that.
I still sometimes think he's that one savage dude.
Who?
The guy on
Good.
Twitter. He's
Nice
called-
play, Tommy.
Yeah,
nice
yeah,
play.
we
Look at
know
this.
it's you.
Laughs away in the Camp Crystal Lake miss.
Yo, I kept tagging this dude in everything we did because I'm like, it's Tommy.
It's Tommy.
He's like,
Obvious.
why are you tagging me in this? I'm like, what are you talking about, Tommy? He's like, I'm not Tommy. I was like,
You
oh,
know you're trapped.
You were tagging somebody else on Twitter. Thinking it was me.
That was this. Oh, we both did. Oh, we both did.
yeah.
Yeah.
It was.
awesome.
I just thought it was
Thought
you.
was
It just
you,
seemed. It sounded like you online. I was like, wow, that's Tommy.
I even looked at some of his tweets and I was like, Tommy
Gotham
would
is
say something like
yours.
that. I saw some of the stuff he's tweeted and I was like, yeah, it sounds like Tommy is.
Yeah, it's totally Tommy.
He was like smack talking somebody.
What is this
Well, that's Tommy.
Twitter you're talking about?
Yeah, don't worry about it. It's a constant war zone.
Yeah. But anyway, you can find Chris at Chris Ryans. That's what he was getting at.
If he wants that. I don't think he wants that right now.
Just leave me out of your drama on Twitter.
Yeah. Yeah, we only like to talk about the things we love. I'm
I
at
wanna
Stay on
get
Target.
into it, but I can't.
I'm at Stay on Target
Chris
42.
Bryant's.
At Chris. It doesn't matter. You can find me at Broaxium too. And you can find all of our content on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Thank you so much for joining us for another episode of Shootin' the Poo-Doo, and we will see you next time. May the Force be with you. If you like this video, force push that like button and subscribe to this channel. You can find us all over social media, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter. And may the Force be with you.